What if you could help others to find the power to heal themselves? Physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
When I started teaching my classes, it was in 2002, and I was just doing the past life regressions and contacting the subconscious part. But then as the time went on and we found how powerful this was and what we could do with it, a lot of the students began saying, you know, advanced past life regression doesn't really tell what it's all about. This is so much more than that. We think you should change the name. So it was a few years ago we decided to change the name to Quantum Healing Hypnosis Technique. And this is the healing technique that we've now been teaching it, well, since 2002, that's 12 years.
What if you could time travel with them? Visit mythical places or angelic realms, other worlds, other galaxies. Help others to speak to their higher selves. You can. Dolores has taught thousands of people from across the world how to use QHHT, and now you can learn her method by going directly to dolorescannon.com. And don't forget to mention the discount code MORETALKS.
Established over 100 years ago, Watkins Books is one of the world's oldest and leading independent bookshops specializing in esoterica. We have the widest selection of esoteric books in the UK, and our friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to assist you in a unique ambience of our shop. So come and visit us in the heart of London as we're open every day.
The comments and views expressed on The More Show are those of the people that make them and do not necessarily reflect the view of Kevin Moore, The More Show, or this radio station and its affiliate or sponsors. This show is for entertainment purposes only.
Broadcasting from the UK and across the world online. You're now watching the UK's only alternative late night talk show, and I'm your host, Kevin Moore. For the next hour, I'll be covering subjects that will open up your mind and provide you with information you may have never heard before. On today's show, I'm about to be joined with Justin Perry, who is based in Chicago, Illinois, with his family. He's on the ultimate mission of spreading the knowledge of the law of attraction and universal abundance. Now, Justin currently runs the largest self-help YouTube channel, You Are Creators, and connects with thousands of people through social media channels and his personal website. Now, recently Justin wrote the best-selling book, I Wish I Knew This 20 Years Ago, which has become a major success both nationally and internationally. Now, he continues to spread his message with his latest book, 222 Prosperity Affirmations, How to Speak Prosperity and Abundance into Your Life. Justin Perry, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, it is great to have you back on. We're just having a quick chit chat off air there. I do love your energy, man. And I was saying to you as well, you're looking good, man. You're definitely looking after yourself.
Seriously, man. I've been working out. I've been eating right, thinking better. Just life is good, man.
Yeah,
life is really good.
It is, and you've got your latest book coming out, and I've just put my notes down here. It's 222. If I can get the notes in, I'm gonna miss it here. 222
Affirmations.
Prosperity Affirmations, yeah.
How to speak prosperity and abundance into your life. Yes.
What was the thinking behind this book then? I mean, because obviously your last book as well was quite an in-depth book into the law of attraction and everything that goes with it. What drove you to do this book then?
Well, most teachers of the law of attraction don't really talk about the power of the spoken word. They talk about affirmations, but they don't give in detail how powerful from a metaphysical standpoint the spoken word is. And I wanted to share my story because I was able to, you know, speak wealth and prosperity into my life on a grand scale. And I did it often. And yeah, you know what? Just sharing the knowledge that I have.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I mean, look, there's we'll actually link the previous interview just below in the description right now on the video,
Okay.
and we're just playing actually a clip from the old interview because obviously your wife came on that show as well.
Yes,
which
Erica.
Was, yeah, Erica, which was very, very interesting, and there's lots of good information on there. Now you've done a number of books as well. You've got the Little Book of Successful Secrets. Again, the last book, which is I Wish I Knew This 20 Years Ago, Understanding the Universal Laws That Govern All Things. For those who don't know your story as well, I mean, everyone's got a bit of a background story. Just tell us a bit about yourself to begin with.
Well, for me, I was raised in a very strict Christian household by two loving parents. I mean, I have a great family, but fear was involved, and fear is the opposite of love. So my life was based off of fear, and fear leads to everything negative, from failure to, whatever. So growing up, I had a lot of failures, but it wasn't until someone introduced me to the law of attraction where everything in my life completely changed. I mean, I did a complete 160. Life became easier to understand. Once I understood that my thoughts, my feelings, my words, my intentions have a physical impact on the world around me, everything changed around me. And I wanted to share all the knowledge that I acquired with others.
Yeah, I can feel that in you. I can see that. I can see that, and I can see that from the effect of your YouTube channel as well. We were saying this off air as well. You've got two channels. I think in total, is it over 600,000 subscribers? Probably.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, it's something like that,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, which is a great achievement. I mean, you've actually not only have you shared great content with people, you've actually shown that this universal law that you're talking about is actually working through you as well, and you've actually
Absolutely.
manifested most things, and you will continue to of the kind of life that you want as well. Which I think, as you were saying off air, is so important, isn't it, to show that you can do these things.
You know what? I seriously, I mean, I believe in these laws so much because I've seen it time and time and time again. I wrote 3 books so far, and my intention was to become a best-selling author on all 3 books. So often, I would just visualize seeing the bestseller, logo right under my books. And all 3 of my books have become an Amazon best-selling book, sold all over the world. I'm so thrilled. But it's important to let people know that whatever you plant in your mind, sooner or later, it has to germinate. It has to manifest in the outside world. And that's my story. That's my message. You are unlimited. Whatever you plant in your mind and water it with emotion and feeling and conviction and belief, sooner or later, it has to manifest all around you. I've seen it time and time again with multiple people.
So this is the interesting part. Well, it's all interesting. It's all fascinating what you're doing. And where is this power coming from? Do you think? When we're saying, okay, we're not saying we want things. We're saying we already have it. We already have this.
We have things.
Yeah, we have these.
We have it already. You know what? My concept of God is a little different from religion. I don't think that God is a man with a big beard sitting on a throne. I believe God is the life force, the source behind everything. And we are pieces of that source. We are parts of the whole. We are extensions of the source. So therefore, we are made in the likeness and image of the Creator. We have the same creative abilities. What you think about, what you speak about, they are tangible. They are real things in the physical world. And yeah, I mean, we must vibrate. We must be the thing that we want before we have it. If that makes any sense. That makes sense?
It does.
You know what? Jesus said, yeah, you know what? The greatest teacher, Jesus from Galilee, um, he said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you already have it and you will have it. You must match the vibration of the thing that you want and you will draw it to you. I've seen it so many times, Kevin. It's crazy.
Oh, I know you have. I know you have. And no matter where we are at, in the sense of if we are on our ass with nothing, right? And we
Yeah.
someone's listening to this now and they really are on, at a low state in a sense. You can apply this now and just on small things, and you can build it up to the bigger things.
Exactly. You know what? When I started off, my wife and I, we had nothing, Kevin. Absolutely nothing. I was making maybe $28,000, $30,000, working a job that I hated. But every single day on that job, I would just visualize what it would feel like to live a prosperous lifestyle. And my goal was to make $100,000 in 1 year. Well, it didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Because I believe in law of attraction and it proved itself right to me. So I should be able to manifest this small amount of money. What I was doing wrong was I wasn't taking the action, the blind faith action. I was thinking about what I wanted, but I wasn't really taking that. I'm talking about, that blind faith action. Once I took the action, once I took the leap, we made $130,000 the following year. So it took me 2 years to make $100,000.
Yeah, and let's
After that,
absolutely, and so put the word patience in there as well.
patience is key. You must hold to your vision. You must hold to the vision. For me, I was waiting for God, the universe, to give me a sign. What should I do? What should I do? And I was listening to Napoleon Hill's audio, and he said, your big break might be right in front of your nose. And it was. It was my YouTube channel. I started my YouTube channel, and I had no idea I could make money from it. I was putting out free videos, whatever, and it was right under my nose the whole time. So I quit my job, and my wife quit her job the same week.
Yeah.
We have 3 little boys.
Wow.
And my wife, she now has her own company called The Stork Bag. And it's a multi-million-dollar company now. Everything that we have, I promise you, Kevin, it was first created in the mind.
Yes.
It was created here. We lived in it here. We breathed in it. And we took the necessary actions, the scary blind faith action to make it happen.
That's so important. I think I underestimated that just previously, just with what we were saying when I talked about patience. Yeah, as you were saying, even back then, it's the action, it's the blind faith action. You have to walk forward still, don't you, and do it.
You do, man. You do. You know what? Seriously, I mean, you can visualize all day long, but if you're not taking action, you're going to stay exactly where you are.
I mean, it may be. Do you think sometimes we can ask for something that's too big, as in, like, it's not the right time for us? It's too big a.
Yes and no. Nothing's too big for us, but I believe everything happens in divine timing. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. We can't rush manifestations. We are co-creators with the source. We co-create. We visualize what we want. We create it in our mind, and God orchestrates the events behind the manifestation. That's how it works.
Now, that's an interesting thing you're saying there, because I was saying to you just earlier on as well, where does this power come from? And I know you said it's God, and I think you have to, because some people watching this will be like, yeah, well, this all sounds good, but what is that power that you're tapping into? And what it is, it's something bigger than us that we're tapping into. It's almost,
Absolutely.
it's the conscious energy that we are, that we've always been, that we go back to, that we came from. It's that dimension. It's coming from there, maybe. I don't know. It's something.
Yeah. You know what? I am not, big enough to say what God is, because I don't think, seriously, I have no idea. But from many reports from people who have died and come back, they describe God as nothing but unconditional love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without condition. I don't care what you look like. I don't care your sexual orientation. It's unconditional love. It's welcome home. And that's my image of the creator,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
source.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think, if we have to be careful of our thoughts sometimes, because yes, we may be saying we want these things, or we're going to manifest, or we already have these things, using that terminology to manifest things. But then there may be some sort of tapes in the background saying, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not lovable enough, I've done such wrong in the past, why should I be able to get these things? And as you've just said there, that space, what you're calling from, is unconditional. It doesn't judge what you've done or who you are. It's about where are you now?
Exactly. You know what? We have all been programmed since birth by media, by our parents, by religion. We're programmed. If you want a successful life, but your pre-programming, is for, failure or whatever, you must change your subconscious beliefs. And you do that through repetition. See, this is why affirmations are so powerful, because you can say, I am prosperous. And it may not be true, but if you say it enough times with feeling and conviction, sooner or later, you start to believe what you're saying. And when you believe it, that's when everything happens. You know what? I remember writing down, I make $15,000 a month, right? I mean, just like, now listen, back then I was making maybe $3,000. I'm like, no, I make $15,000 a month. And the first time I wrote it, it felt like a lie.
Oh, right.
But I wrote it probably 200 times every single day. I make 15. Fast forward about 9 months, I started making $15,000 through books or whatever.
Yeah, combination.
Whatever you successfully plant in the subconscious mind, and you water it with repetition and emotion, it has to manifest. These are the universal laws. I've seen it time and time again, Kevin. It's crazy, but it works.
So when you wrote that down, was it? I mean, really? Was it every day for those 9 months? Were there some
It was
days you
every
missed?
day.
Every day.
I was working on a assembly line, and I hated it. It was like it was hell for me. So, in order for me to keep my sanity, I used my imagination. I lived the life that I'm living right now back then in my mind.
Wow.
Every single day, I would play make believe. And I remember friends and family say, Justin, you're crazy. I'm like, no, you know what? I drive a brand new black Camaro. Okay, Justin, sure you are. Okay, sure you. Right now, in my garage, I have the exact car that I visualized in my mind 2 years earlier. Kevin, this works. Whatever you hold in your mind, and you keep it there. See, the thing is, you must hold to the vision. Even when there isn't a clear sign in sight. I don't care what my reality looks like. you must hold to that vision until it manifests. And listen, I promise you, I don't care who you are, where you are in the world. If you plant that seed, it has to germinate.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, we're using you as an example, which is a great example, right? You really are a great example. Now, you don't have to talk about what businesses you've got, but there obviously is other businesses running in the background. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
My wife, she owns the Stork Bag, and it's a brilliant concept.
Yeah.
It is a trimester-based subscription service for pregnant women, based on each trimester. So for each trimester, the ladies get a Stork Bag of goodies that matches that trimester.
Right.
She's been on at least 5 different TV shows so far, because that's what she planted in her mind.
We're playing clips now of her on the TV shows, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
She
cool.
asked.
Okay.
She asked for that. That's right. She said this was going to happen, and she manifested it.
She made vision boards. She spoke her reality into existence every single day, and as we speak, it's manifesting. It's crazy, man. But listen. I know to the average person, this seems like it's like crazy new age talk. I know it sounds crazy. It's absolutely true. Your consciousness is somehow connected to this quantum reality.
No, it is.
Somehow, some way. I don't know how it's connected.
No.
But it is.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've got to have the blind faith to say, just go with it. Just because
go with it, man.
That can be a
Just
block.
do it.
That can be a block for some people sometimes.
Yeah.
That part, which is a shame, because you've just got, like you say, just go with the flow. Go with it. Going back to your businesses, though, I'm guessing you would only have any other side businesses you've got that are a passion to you.
Everything that I partake in, I have to be passionate about. I refuse to do anything just for the money,
Right.
because it's not coming from a good place. I believe if I put out service, somehow, some way, I will always be reimbursed.
Okay, so let's just go with that. So what you're saying there is everything you do is of service. The
Service.
Yeah, right. So the whatever it is, the business you've got, that's of service. You're also of service to your employees as well. I'm sure. And however that works out, maybe these are people at home that you're providing jobs for, or whatever it may be, right? Okay, so passionate about what you do. All right, well, maybe that just clears that up a little bit in a sense that because some
Yes.
people, yeah.
The thing is, okay, you know what? I am a firm believer in following your bliss. I believe that your happiness is connected to your mission on earth. And if you find that happiness, by default, you are fulfilling your mission, why you came here. So we have real estate. We have my wife's company. We have my YouTube channel. We have my app that has 30,000 downloads so far. It is the You Are Creators Manifestation Reminder. And it's absolutely free for Android and Apple users. Download that. But I follow my bliss. And man, it works out great for me.
So you could say then that you've got kind of multiple purposes in a way. There's not just one purpose for you. There's a few purposes here.
A few purposes? Yeah. You know what? I believe they all tie into one another somehow, some way.
Yeah, I think they do. Well, all I can say from your YouTube channel is I know, and I can see that it's just obvious, isn't it? You're reaching people there with material that maybe they wouldn't have gone to a channel like mine to, listen to some of the shows. But for something like yours, I think it's just a bit more accessible, isn't it? It's just on a bit more of a mainstream level, and I can see that being of great service to people that, they may be a bit down and they come across something like yours, and it's like, well, it just lifts them up, doesn't it? That there is possibility. But it's true though. It's true though. But I think you attract the people that you're meant to attract, and I think
right.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Find me on Instagram. You are creator, same name. And we have about 110,000 followers there. And every day I do at least 2 videos every single day, just, a drop of some knowledge or whatever, but yeah, you know what, check it out.
It's a lot of work, but it's to you. It's your passion. It's what you do. You breathe it. It's working for you. It's providing for you, and it's providing for others. So it's just it doesn't feel like crazy amounts of work, but to others, it would seem like a lot of work that you're putting into this. But it's all just part of what you do, and I can resonate with you as well. That sometimes, as you say, it's really important to state this. You've got to not change your mind as well. You need to stick with it and see it through. If you're going to change your mind, how can the universe keep up with you, or how can it give you what you want?
Exactly.
If you're not going to
if you change your vibration, you're not matching the vibration of your desired state. So it's like, stop changing the plan and kind of focus on what you want. Laser light focus. Okay, well, this is what I desire, and I believe I have it already. And visualize it every single morning. Act as if. Take baby steps. Take action. And sooner or later, you look up and like, wow, I manifested my goal. It's kind of crazy,
Well, one thing that you said in the previous interview that I thought always stuck with us a little bit is that no matter how difficult you're having it, you stick by one little thing: is all things lead to my success, happiness, and wealth, no matter how bad the situation. In a sense, I think what you're saying, without personifying it too much, is that everything happens for a reason. Go with the flow.
Everything, you know what? Life is supposed to be good for you, but we're supposed to have challenges. See, the purpose of life is growth, and challenges forces us to grow, forces us to stretch even higher. So thing is, you may ask for something, and then you may be faced with a challenge. But this challenge is preparing you for what you asked for. All things lead to my success, happiness, and wealth, no matter what. I don't care what it looks like. All things lead to my success, happiness, and wealth.
Yeah, and I'm getting you here because you're sticking away from that word fear. Now, fear keeps us safe sometimes, but I think it can also be a major blockage.
Right.
False evidence appearing real. And is it hard for you to stick away from that sometimes and say, and not have that there, or is it something you've learned to do?
You know what? I am getting way better at it. I live in America, and as you probably hear, oh my goodness, they're killing black men. Blah, blah, blah. For me, it is important for me to keep my vibration under control, because if I let fear invade my consciousness, I will start to attract more fear to me. See, thing is, like, this is what they want to do. They're trying to divide us, black against white, blacks against the police. Listen, we are the human race. We are a family, okay? We're a family. I think they know if they successfully divide them, they will never unite. And if they unite, we cannot control them. See, the thing is, I don't believe in fear, man. I don't believe in fear. I live in a in a nice neighborhood. I mean, like a super nice neighborhood. Yeah. And I get run-ins with police officers all the time, and not one of them have treated me unfair or unkind because of the energy that I put out.
That's right.
See, thing is, like energy always attracts like energy. If you're a prick, if you're mean, if you have this negative vibration, you have to keep attracting people and situations that match that same vibration. That's the law. Okay, point blank, period. And once I learned that, life became so much easier. I'm like, wow, life is really good because I am maintaining this loving, positive vibration, man.
No, absolutely. I mean, I care very much what's going on in America right now. I mean, one day I'm going to move to America. I don't know when that's going to be, but I am.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Where?
most definitely, man. Most definitely. It's where I need to be, and I do care about the whole movements that are going on over there right now. I mean, I
Yeah.
watch it intensely. Do I support Black Lives Matter? Well, I support every life matters. But of course, then I do understand there are psychopathic cops out there with, that with mental health issues, right? That do commit crimes. Of course, I do, right? So
Come on.
there is. I know we're not trying to get into a political show here, right? But I think when we talk about
What are you doing, Kevin? What are you doing?
I know, right? But I'm trying to. I think what I'm trying to do is show my appreciation for that there is a massive movement and change going on in America, and if they just come from the energy that you're coming from, it would be that we change overnight. But I think we're all at the level that we need to be at, and I think that things happen because it's just where we're at. The only thing we can change, is ourselves. That's the only thing we can change. We can't change the
True.
world.
The thing is, this is the beautiful part. The only person we can change is ourselves. But for some odd reason, once we change ourselves, the world seems to follow suit. It's almost as if we're living in a world created by ourselves. Interesting. I mean, like this could support the multiverse theory that basically, we're living in, I guess, there is multiple parallel realities, multiple, boom, 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 boom.
That's what they say.
And based on your vibration, based on what you're focused on, that's the reality that you get. I'm starting to believe that even more, actually.
I bet you have. As you've gone on in this work, it's just I bet other doors open with the way you look at things. Most definitely can only do that. As you're talking about the power of words, there is a vibrational power to words as well, isn't there? We have to be careful what we say and what we ask for, I suppose.
Listen, Kevin, it's so true. Let me tell you something. And I'm debating whether I should say this or not, but I'm going to say it anyway because it needs to be said. Music is very important. Music reaches the subconscious mind in a special way. Okay, if you are listening to music that is talking about killing and harming the community, you are more prone to commit acts based on what you listen to, because that's the energy you're feeding yourself. I mean, this one song I was listening to, it was like, oh, I'm gonna kill your mother and I'm gonna kill your brother. Like, whoa, like, bro, why are you talking about this? Like,
Yeah.
like this isn't good. Like, no, stop, because your words are life. They are energy. They are spirit. And if you listen to something long enough, it becomes normal to you. Okay? So just be careful what you're listening to, because what you feed yourself is what you get in your life every single time.
It's so true. It's so true, and I think there's all forms of entertainment. We all need entertaining, don't we? I mean, that's the thing. It's just you have to be, not take it too serious. Do you know what I mean? That it's just entertainment.
Yeah,
That's all it's for. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I like all kinds of music. I'm going to say all kinds of music.
Me too.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Exactly.
Everything
There you
in
go.
moderation.
Right. No, that's absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah. Absolutely. But it just goes to show what you're saying as well, that our environment and everything else, I suppose as you elevate yourself and get into this kind of work that you've done, you do change because, your vibration's changing.
Yeah. I mean, everything follows your consciousness. Everything.
Yeah.
Life isn't happening to you. Life is responding to you. every time,
Yes, and
every single time.
yeah, absolutely. And I think as well with this work, and do tell me if I'm wrong, that you, wherever you are in life right now, you just need to say to yourself that this is where you're meant to be. No matter if you're not very happy with it, this is just where you're meant to be right now. And if you can come from that space, maybe it allows you then to grow out of it and change and become something new with using, the basic principles of getting into the law of attraction.
Absolutely. I believe that we're all on separate journeys, all different. We are actors on a stage, every one of us, and we have a role to play. I'm fascinated with the concept that if you think about something, you can actually change your role. We are unlimited. That fascinates me. Like, I love freedom, and that gives me utter freedom to do whatever I desire. I can be what I want to be. I can have what I so desire. And to me, that's like the greatest thing on earth. You create your reality, your thoughts, your intentions, your words. They are physical, like in this universe. I mean, how wonderful is that?
And I'm so glad that you're living proof of that, because people watching this in the future or whenever they may do will be like, well, yeah, but that's just Justin's journey. That's not my journey.
No, I'm not special. Listen, seriously, I'm not a special person. Oh, you know what? He's special. Nah, I'm a regular guy. Really, I am. I just fell in love with energy, with understanding life on on like a subconscious / metaphysical level. William James said, the greatest discovery of my generation is that a man can alter his attitude and at the same time alter his life. I mean, how brilliant is that? By changing how you feel, you can change your life with it. I've seen it, and it works.
Do you not find that some of this material that you read, which are some of it's quite old compared to now, some of the books out there now, that they're so wise, there's so much wisdom in some of these books?
My goodness, seriously, I'm a student, man. I'm a student. I've read probably half of these books so far, and I'm not done yet because I keep reading them over and over again.
Wow.
I'm a fan of knowledge.
Yeah.
Because I believe the more I know, the better life I can live. I expect to live a fantastic life, a brilliant life with freedom, with love, with happiness. That's my intention.
That's beautiful.
To have
That's beautiful.
more than enough. Have more than enough. Abundance of all good things in my life. To bring heaven on earth. That's my intention. That's my intention. And to share what I have. Share. Give. Knowledge, money, time, whatever. Give. The only thing that I charge with You Are Creators is my books. Everything else is free, from my apps to my... Everything is free. Everything is free because I love you that much. But for some odd reason, whatever I give free, the universe gives me 10 times as much. Because I give so much, I receive a lot as well. Because I do give. It's crazy.
It is, and it's not, because let's just look at some other YouTubers. We're not going to mention names, but just some other channels which are completely unrelated to what we're talking about right now. Top Fact channels, for example. These people, they love what they do. They love making videos. Yeah. They love making information. And they give all this information out, but they're getting 10 times back in the monetary viewership, for some of these big channels. So right. It's the same kind of thing. Do you know? I think a lot of, I'm only using that as an example in media. Do you know what I mean? But take media out. There's many other industries out there doing the same thing. I don't think they know that they're actually on the steps or actually are using the law of attraction.
Most people don't know. You know what? See, the thing is, this was one of the reasons why I created You Are Creators, to let you know, listen, your thoughts are powerful. So many successful people don't know how they became successful. But I like to dissect success. Okay, well, this is why you're successful. This. There's a certain formula, a certain vibration to success, and once you match that frequency, you have no choice but to become successful. And this is what my books are about: finding that vibration.
Yeah, most definitely. Now we're putting your books on the screen along with the address for the app and everything else. So all your information's been flashing up and everything throughout this interview as well. We've still got a bit to go right now. Yeah, it's so interesting what you're saying. Do you think we've missed anything out? If someone's sat here now thinking, yeah, but what? Okay, everything you're saying is really cool. So is there a step-by-step process for getting into law of attraction, or is it just a mix and mash of everything you've said? How would you answer that?
Really simple. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? Write it down. Write it down. I love doing hair. Why do you love it? Because it makes me happy and I like my clients, whatever. Okay. Do you think about it often? Sometimes, no. Think about it often. Visualize it often. Talk about it often. Feel as if you have it already often. Next step. Take action. Well, I don't know which step to take. Baby steps. And somehow, some way, the universe kind of guides you, but you have to take the first step. This is an action-reaction based universe. You have to make the first move. Okay? I mean, if you're waiting on God to do something for you, well, yeah, keep waiting. You have to take the first step, and then God will carry you along. Now, thing is, you might fall. You might scrape your knee up a little bit, but you got to get up, and you got to go forward. Things won't be simple all the time. Sometimes it will be. Sometimes it won't. But each challenge is for your good. It's teaching you what you need to learn to form this business or to become successful or whatever. You are exactly where you need to be right now. But take action every day towards your goal, no matter what. I don't care if your family doesn't believe in you. I don't care if your best friend doesn't believe in it. Who cares? See, the thing is, you don't have to live by other people's opinion of you. Les Brown said, other people's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Okay? I don't give a darn what somebody else says about me. This is what I desire. This makes me happy. This makes me whole. Follow your bliss.
Yeah, Les Brown is a great motivational speaker.
Awesome.
Yeah, really great guy. He's been over here in the UK as well quite a few times, and a lot of my friends went to see him. Really amazing. And there's lots of good ones out there, but he's just, now you mentioned him, yeah, definitely. Okay, now, do you think with the law of attraction, it's, most people are using it for monetary gain, and is there anything wrong with that, or
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, the way society is formed, if you don't have any money, you're almost forced to work at 9 to 5. Money gives you freedom. You can buy your way out the rat race. Okay? Freedom is the name of the game. Freedom. Okay? We are infinite beings. Freedom is the name of the game. On planet Earth, money, prosperity, wealth gives you freedom. Freedom to fulfill your mission. Freedom to explore creation. It's freedom. It's freedom. Now, thing is, everything in moderation. Because if you make money your, the main priority, other things start lacking, like love, family, self-respect. No, everything in moderation, but money is very important. Absolutely. Money isn't evil or wicked. It's simply energy, man. It's simply energy. But thing is, money is a beautiful tool to create the life of of your dreams. Money's a beautiful tool.
So
Beautiful
true.
tool.
So true, man. I so agree with you. I just wanted to ask you that because the thing is, what is true happiness in a sense? Well, for me, I think it's either living your purpose, or it's doing that which you love. And money will happen from that. And if you want even more, then you can ask the universe for it. But I mean, I think happiness is living in purpose.
Yeah, you know what? For me, purpose and freedom. I'm the type of person, I can't have a boss. I'm just built like that. I believe I am, wise enough to create a service that provides for me financially.
Yes.
I don't need a boss. And I believe in teaching other people, like, listen, you really don't need a boss. You can create money doing what you love, doing your purpose.
Yeah, and just to reiterate that as well, your purpose may be you may love the job you've got working for someone. It may that may be that for you. Yeah.
Stay there. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right. And you can.
The thing is, if you know deep down inside, this is not where I'm supposed to be, it's time for you to take action.
That's very different.
Get up out of there.
Yeah.
Get up out of there. Right?
That's so true. That's so true. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's do it, man.
And that means not coming from fear as well, which we've banged on about all throughout
Fear.
this. Yeah.
You know what, bro? Florence Scovel Shinn, my favorite author, she said, the only enemies of man is doubt and fear. See, death kills us one time, but fear kills us over and over and over and over and over again. Dude, fear is the great enemy of man.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say, that thank you for that as well. Well, thank you for everything you're saying. What I wanted to say as well was, when we make decisions from fear, it just creates more heartache.
More fear, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it does, bro. It does, man.
You've seen
every
it. Yeah.
every time, every freaking time, dude. Because you planted that fear seed. Okay, I mean, if I plant an apple seed, I gotta get apples, man. If I plant a fear seed, what sprouts up is more fear, bro. Like always attracts like. It's the way of the universe, man.
It's so true. It's so true. And you may not know what your purpose is. Fair enough, right? That might take a lifetime to figure that out. You may have it when you're younger. You may have it in your midlife. You may figure it out when you're a bit older. It don't matter, right? Well, it does, but it don't. That's not the cause of law of attraction that we're saying. Yes, you may find that by employing law of attraction, it gets you to find that purpose. But what we're saying is, do that which you love. Do what you love. That's the most important. Yeah.
And everything you want follows behind.
And isn't it true that no matter what we do out of love, even if we were selling sex toys, right, whatever it may be, it's all of service. It's all of service.
Sex is good, man.
Exactly. Well, we wouldn't be here without sex. So
exactly.
There's no.
Listen. I mean, if you sell sex toys and you love it, and you believe that this is helping, married couples all over the world just to spark, that love again, bro. Keep doing it.
Absolutely. Single women, whatever it may
Sell
be.
them by the pound, man.
Exactly, man.
Huh?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's my point. There's no there's nothing off it. Whatever it is you're doing, I think it's if you went what I said that for was that if I went to do something now that I love, I don't think, try not to come from that space, or will it be of service? I think whatever you do will be of service because you love doing it.
Right, exactly, man. Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, bro. Like, I mean, Kevin, listen, man, I don't judge, Kevin. If you like selling sex toys, Kevin, sell sex toys, Kevin.
Well, you never know, right? Yeah.
I'm Kevin more sex toys. I'm like, hey, bro, I like it. Go ahead, man.
Bro, I'm not saying nothing just yet. That'll be another vlog in the future, right? But I'm just saying that I don't. There's nothing off. There's as long as it's not harming anyone else or yourself. Right. Remember yourself there as well, right? Then there's nothing wrong with that. But and you can employ these steps that we're talking about into the law of attraction as well. Now, just a couple of things as well. I remember on the last interview, your wife mentioned this quite a bit, I think, which was the vision boards. Do you think that's an important? Is that the same as writing your affirmations out, or is that something different? Would you say a vision board?
It's something different. See, thing is, the mind works in pictures. For example, like I tell, okay, think of a blue basketball. You get a picture in your mind of a blue basketball. When you visualize the thing that you want, the mind can't really tell the difference between what's real and what's not. So you actually start to feel the vibration, feel the feelings of already having that desired state. See, the thing is, like, the subconscious mind is really easily fooled, guys. Like, this is why they spend like $4 billion every year on advertisements, because it's kind of easy to get into the subconscious mind. Like, really, really easy,
That's so true.
But what I like to do is, I don't like to visualize. I like to create holographic images in my mind. See, thing is, when you visualize, you see pictures. When you have a holographic image, you can touch them. You can feel the wind. You can smell the smells. You can make it as real as possible. And by doing that, you are matching that vibration. And if you match that frequency, you have to get that reality. It's really that simple. So for me, every morning, I picture my dream. Look, hold on. I'll show you something. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Ah! These are some of my goals.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Put it back real fast. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm sorry, guys. I want to show them. Yeah. Here we go.
Thank you for showing us that. Thank you.
Those are my goals, right? And I have a copy right by my bed, and I have one right by the toilet. And I visualize and I speak my life into existence. I am this, I am that, I am that. I have a dream, I have a goal to become a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And it's already done. I've seen the speech already. I've seen it. I've seen the people standing up clapping. I've seen it already. It's done. Kevin, look at me. Kevin, look at my eyes. It's done. It's done, man. It's done. Because I planted that seed. And every day, I just revisit it. And I live into it as if I already have it.
Now, would you be surprised that before you get there, there's something else you've got to do?
This is not beer, but this is like a brain drink. Yep. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. I drink those as well.
Okay.
Would you be surprised? See, I'm going to say this. It's going to sound crazy. I see you as a Les Brown. I see you as a motivational, on-stage kind of speak. Yeah, I do. I think you've got it all in you. I mean, have you ever thought about that? Doing something what Les... I mean, you must feel drawn to that. I mean, the amount of wealth of knowledge, the platforms that you created for yourself, you do have a way in if you wanted to do that. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm saying... I get that vibe from you a bit, that you would help a lot of people do it, Nat.
Kevin, I'm going to do it, brother. I'm going to make it happen, Kevin.
Only if you want it, that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to do it.
I want it. Trust me, I want it. But
you really do. Because last time when you came on it, you talked about conferences. About conference, right?
See, I envision myself doing that. Actually, like on my goal, I have a TEDx, talk.
Okay.
That I'm going to do.
Okay.
I see it already, man.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? I'm ready, man.
I bet you are. I bet it took a bit of time to be able to say that. I think as well, from doing the work that you've done, I think you're a lot more in love with yourself, which I think is a great place to be. I think a lot of people are not in love with themselves, and that is some of the hindrance in getting these laws to work sometimes as well. I also think that there's a lot of people out there that sometimes will say, okay, yeah, best intentions to use the law of attraction, start using it, and then they say, oh, but there's there's so many other people doing what I'm doing. I'm not different enough, and I wouldn't know how to be. Yes, I'd love to do what I'm thinking of doing, but there's too many people in the field doing it. So I'm just, I'm not going to be as big as them. I won't be as good. Do you know what I mean? These negativities that come into people's minds
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. You always have to counter a negative with a positive. Always. Always, always. Yes, sometimes I get doubts, but I'm a firm believer in running running through your fears, man. For a long time, I didn't like talking in public, but I said, screw it. Thing is, we have to get out of our comfort zone in order for us to grow. Okay?
That's so
Like,
true.
it's really hard getting out of our comfort zone. It's really tough. But I promise you, everything you want is on the other side of fear. But you got to run through it, man. You gotta go through it. It's scary. I know it's scary. Trust me, I'm living it. It's so scary. But my God, it's so rewarding. Oh my goodness. It really is, Kevin.
Oh no, no, no! I can, and again, law of attraction isn't just for, let's bricks and mortar in the sense of things we want to achieve. What about if things we want to achieve, is family as well? What about you can use the law of attraction to attract the right person in your life and the family.
Anything.
Anything.
For anything and everything you can use it for. It works for my marriage. Before I learned law of attraction, I got married young, like 22, man. 22. We had a son already. And, but, bro, like, life was tough, man. Like, I kept failing from, like, everything I tried to do. I just failed. I'm like, wow, why am I keep failing? And I was so negative. And that negativity spilled over in my marriage. And we was arguing about money because we didn't have any. And everything went wrong. We were so negative that one day, both of our cars broke down on the same day. I mean, just negative energy, bro.
Yeah.
And then one day, a friend said, "Hey, have you ever heard of the law of attraction?" I said, "What's that?" And I watched that movie, The Secret.
The Secret.
Boy,
Yeah.
my life took off like the next day. Like the next day, I was like, wow. I finally understood how to make life work for me instead of against me. Because before, I was blaming God. Oh, God hates me. No. Everything is run on a set of universal principles. And if you use these principles, you can create the life that you want. It's really that simple.
It really is, and I get the feeling that you're very happy where you are right now. But as you've said just previously as well, that for you to go further now, you've got to go past any fears you've got. Just as you mentioned,
Yeah.
speak on it, or whatever,
Yeah,
whatever
man.
they may be, for you to progress or make yourself anew, or whatever the right words are. But you know what I mean. For you to go on to the next journey, and I'm sure there is for you something, and. You seem very patient, and one thing that I think you're probably good doing is going with the flow. Would you say?
I do go with the flow, but at times I get very impatient because this is a right now society. Right now. We got Google, we got smartphones, we got information right now. So for me and other people, yes, we have to learn patience. But for me, like I want to do greater things now. I'm not satisfied. I'm happy where I'm at, but I'm not satisfied. I believe being satisfied is probably one of the worst things to be. Just think, if everybody right now was dissatisfied, we wouldn't progress. We will stay stagnant, stay stationary. The reason why we are innovators, humans, because we want to do better. We want to go beyond. We want to be faster, stronger, smarter. Why not? It's growth. It's stretching higher. You know what? Jim Rome said, do the best you can. Be the best you can. make as much money as you can, give as much away as you can. The max. There's no life like it. So for me, I have to go beyond what I create. Okay, this is great. Yeah, you know what? I'm happy with my YouTube. My best-selling book's great. I gotta do more. I have to live to my highest potential.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's something crying in me, screaming in me, saying, Justin, do more, more. It's this burning sensation
Yeah.
that I can't I don't know. I don't know.
Well, would you say that that more is in a sense you're on that journey to that place? Everything you're
Yes.
doing now, regardless
Yes, I
whether
am.
it may not be related or not to what that more is going to be in the future, right? As of that purpose, you're still on that. It's still taking you to that journey. And if you can
Absolutely.
if you can, which you are saying yes to that, well, that's a great place to be. Some people can't even get there, mate.
Yeah.
It's a great
The
place
thing
to
is,
be.
life has a funny way of shaking you up, to steering you to your purpose. See, the thing is, we came here with a mission, and when we came here, we forgot our mission. Every one of us is like, oh, you know what? I mean, yeah. I mean, so thing is, yeah. I mean, we gotta find our happiness, and our happiness is connected to our mission. Service is always connected to our purpose here, serving one another,
So true.
with our gifts. See, Kevin, you are a brilliant host. Brilliant host. I mean, seriously, I watched maybe 20 videos. Last month, we were driving in California, from California to Chino. No, I'm sorry, from Los Angeles to Chino, which is like 2 hours traffic, crazy LA traffic. And we're listening to your show. Man, Kevin's really good, man. He's like really good, dude. Like your voice and your like delivery. I don't know. It's just really, really good, And I see that you are passionate about this.
Yeah,
So,
well, I'll tell you a little story. My purpose came to me in a dream recently, and I got to see myself on a big stage in front of a big audience. And it wasn't this type of show as it is now. It was more of a real life inspirational type show, maybe with some of these subjects mixed in, but it was still the More Show, but it had a different name. It was a More Show real life inspirational, More Show something something. The name doesn't really matter, but it said to me in the dream, it got me to feel what purpose feels like, and all I can say, it was the most amazing feeling ever. I know I was in America. I'm pretty sure I was in America, and and when I woke up from that, the feeling I got is everything I'm doing now is going to lead to that moment.
Yeah.
And there is a beyond that moment, as you say. You
Right.
never stop, but just to reach that moment would be, to know that that's available in this universe. So I say that we all have a calling, and it could just be being a mum. Do you know that? It could just be being a dad.
Yeah.
It could be the person that's serving the
Simple
team.
things, I mean, like you don't have to be the president or anything.
No.
Everything's important. Everything plays a role. I don't understand that role yet because I'm really small, but everything plays a role.
Well, I think you've done amazing, and I also think that you've helped more people than you would ever realize through your channel.
Thanks,
You
Kevin.
just don't realize it yet, and
That's my intention. Thanks, Kevin.
But it's true. I say that to a lot of people, and I just think sometimes we forget these things, and we don't know the lives we've touched because we just never will do. Maybe when we cross back to go back home, having some sort of
Right.
amazing life review, we'll get to see it. But
We'll see it. We'll see it then. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I mean, until then, I just keep moving forward, man.
Absolutely. Now, just getting back to your book, because I just don't feel like I've done it justice enough. I have in a sense, but I just feel like we just need to go back to it again. There's so many great affirmations here. Now, how would you say when people have brought the book, how would they use this book? How would you suggest they use it?
Use it in the most fun way possible. All my books are written short, to the point, no fluff. I mean, straight to the juices, man. This is a really fun book on prosperity. I believe that man, our soul, is this infinite being, and our natural state is abundance. We are pieces of God, and God knows no lack. We shouldn't either. That's why when we are in lack, we feel horrible. And when we are in prosperity and abundance, we feel wonderful. Because prosperity is our natural state of being. Stuart Wilde said, what did he say? This world is full of lavish abundance. And if you are anything less than a millionaire, you haven't had your fair share. And it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. You deserve to have more than enough. You deserve to collect your life experiences from multiple places, exotic places all over the world. You deserve it. Speak it, because there is life, there is energy in the spoken word. You can speak life or you can speak death. You choose.
Absolutely. And with your book as well, thank you for that, by the way. So true. With your book as well, you may just be flicking through the pages and you come across a few affirmations that resonate with you for that day.
Yeah. You know what? I do my affirmations all the time, man. Like, seriously, I have about 200 affirmations posted right by my toilet. Okay? I am speaking life. Because sometimes fear tries to creep in. Doubt tries to creep in. Nah, I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am wealthy. All things lead to my success, happiness, and wealth. I have more money than I know what to do with. I have more money than I ever dreamed possible. I have enough wealth and prosperity to share and to spare. Man, I speak life, man. Speak life. It works. It works.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Okay, well, what would you say then? You probably said it, but let's just ask you anyway. Is an important message to the audience for your work?
I got so much to say, man. Important message. Be mindful of what you give your energy, what you give your attention. Because what we focus on, we make bigger in our lives, negative or positive. If you are focusing on lack, on poverty, on not having enough, you have no choice but to keep attracting more of that to you. But if you're focusing on the positive, on wealth, on prosperity, on happiness, on love, by the law of attraction, you have to keep attracting more examples of that to you. Your consciousness creates the physical world. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And your website, just for those listening to the podcast version?
youarecreators.org.
Okay. Well, we've been putting that and the books and everything else up on the screen throughout the interview as well. And I'd just like to say, Justin Perry, thank you so very, very much for what has been a really interesting interview. And I hope this goes out there just to put some seeds into people's heads and to see that anything is possible. And I just really thank you for your time on the show.
Kevin, thank you for having me, man.
Well, we've come to an end on tonight's show. Don't forget that you can listen and watch all our past interviews on the More Show's official YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new daily shows. You may also find out more on all past and upcoming guests on the show via themoreshow.com, and do like us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. So until next time, be safe.